So here's the thing, guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe. We're literally at almost 100K. We're gonna have a 100K party. I'm looking forward to it, so let's get there. But anyways, we all know that women want what they want and when they want it. That's just how women are. But here's the issue. That is called entitlement. That is called that mentality, without being able to see it through, can come back to bite you in the ass. By disregarding everybody else and every other little thing around you, especially their partners, and especially the men that they have encountered, the opportunities that they've had. You know, we're seeing the effects of this happening right now. Women all over the world, women all over social media, online, they're starting to make lots of content begging for the very men back that they've rejected. And they're not blatantly doing that. They're not saying those words. But through their actions and through the content, you can tell it is a cry for help. They are doing that. They've had many opportunities. They've had many things that came their way, and they shot themselves in the foot. Many good things came their way, and like I said, we all know that women want what they want and when they want it, and they just didn't want certain things at the time. You're leaving good things behind. So when you leave good things behind, don't be surprised later down the line when that good thing that you left behind leaves you behind. There's a whole movement, men going their own way today and everything else. It's a real thing. And in the world, that's what's happening. Men deserve better, bro. Men deserve much better. That's why you guys got to continue to work hard and stay patient. Get yourself a woman that did not take you for granted. Get yourself a woman that does not plan to take you for granted. Get yourself a woman who's not so entitled. That wants to kind of meet in the middle with you somewhere, because, bro, if you have a woman in your life, you're going to benefit her tremendously. But is she benefiting you? And how is she benefiting you? So, in the Bible, it talks about women being a helpmate to their husbands. Where did that go? In this modern world we live in today, across the globe, where did that go? Women no longer want to even be helpmates to their man. They all want a rich man. They all want a successful man that has it all together so they can have the most benefit and do bare minimum. They want all the value with bringing none. And as a man, it's not worth it. You should never put yourself in a position where more is being taken from you than you were receiving. And of course, you're going to do more for a woman in ways, but she has to be able to make up for that in different ways. And you're still going to be doing the thing that's bringing more value than she's ever going to bring you. That is the facts. The things you have to bring to the table are much harder than the things that she has to bring to the table. The things that women can bring to the table, they don't have to achieve anything to make that happen. Men literally have to go out there into the world and achieve things and fight tooth and nail to do it, which there's no guarantee. To do what they have to do to even support and provide for a woman. But they don't necessarily have to do that. So, today, we are seeing the effects, we are seeing the delusion of the world. And it's crazy. And in the end, who does this come back to bite? I'll tell you who it comes back to bite. The very entitled people that you see. The very entitled people that had the opportunities in front of them turned it down because they didn't want it just quite yet. They wanted to go and do some more stuff. They wanted to go and do this and do that and be entitled. I'm going to do what I want to do. Da, 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 da. Well, men are doing the same thing. And when men do the same thing, when men carry the same energy, when men do exactly what's best for themselves, it's a fucking problem. But majority of women can't see that. They don't want to see that because it's their way or the highway. That's the problem. There's no meeting in the middle anymore. If you guys get yourself a woman, if you guys get married, whatever, you get yourself a woman, right? You have to communicate with your woman on things to make sure you're meeting in the middle. You're not out here to get Jewed. You're not out here to get robbed of your value. You're not out here to let some woman ruin your life so she can just gobble, 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 gobble benefit off of everything you've done, and she brings nothing. Nothing. So you have to have this conversation with your woman, how to meet in the middle and to get entitlement out of the way. Because there's a lot of, entitlement to this level breeds narcissists. That's what this is. They can only view things from their lens. They only feel how they feel and nothing else matters. They want what they want when they want it. They don't care about the people that's in their life. They don't care to benefit the people that's in their life. They don't care to make sacrifices for the people in their life. They want everyone else to sacrifice for them. They want everyone else to give everything to them. It's entitlement. It is pure narcissism. That's what that is. They can't see it through. They can't benefit nobody else besides themselves. They leave so many good men behind because at that exact second, they felt like it wasn't going to benefit them quite enough. Quite enough. It's not going to benefit them quite enough. So they leave the good thing behind. They move forward with entitlement. They try to get their way here. They try to get their way there. They try to manipulate this guy. They try to manipulate that guy. They try to gain as much as they can for basically free. Because they didn't want to set out to make the sacrifices necessary to do things with the right man, to build with the right man, to do life with the right man. They thought they can go out there, do whatever they want, get a whole bunch of free stuff, manipulate a bunch of men. And later down the line, she's going to want all those good guys that she's rejected. She's going to want all those guys that she's turned away. And they're going to live in pure regret. You see it happening. You see all this stuff, bro. On social media today, women literally sobbing. And we don't wish for this stuff to happen. But it's happening. We're not sitting here clapping our hands and everything else. And it's what's happening. And some of you guys are probably clapping your hands. Some of you are that pissed. Some of you are that fed up. But at the end of the day, I don't want to see people in bad positions, but sometimes you're going to get what you put out there into the universe. Karma is a real thing. So if you made some bad choices, if you move with entitlement, it's going to come back. It's going to come back to bite you. It's important to move fluently as a human. It's important to recognize what you have to do as a human. What is right, what is wrong. A lot of women today, bro, they can't even look at what's right and wrong. Because what's right in their mind is what's right in their mind. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care about nobody else. They don't care about how you think. However they feel is what's real. Whatever's in their mind is what's real. Entitlement, entitlement, entitlement. There's no other ways. It's just stuck. It's stubbornness. It's arrogance. It's stuck. And that ain't going to help anybody. It ain't going to help them. It ain't going to help you. There you go. And like I said, we are seeing the effects of this to this day. It's only getting worse. The amount of men that are single should not even be a thing. Men are being betrayed. Men are being belittled. And it's like women expect men to just be the next Leonardo DiCaprio. They expect every man to be like that. And social media has done this. It is not realistic. And it's just, there's plenty of good men out there that are pretty good. They can't even get nothing going for them. And they're pretty good, and they're going to get a lot better. That's the thing. Once they get a lot better, that's whenever they're wanted so bad. And that's when they don't want the very women who said no to them when they deserve that woman in the first place. I've been there. I ain't given second, third, fourth, fifth chances to women when they should have been there. There was no excuse. There was no excuse. So, this is the type of stuff that's been happening, bro. And once that line is crossed, that line is crossed. They think they're all funny in the moment. They think they're doing the right things in the moment, but they don't understand. With time, things change. They don't think ahead of time. They only think in the moment. They think they're so hilarious in the moment. They're so right in the moment. They think they're making the right decisions in that very moment, not understanding what's coming later on. That's the difference between us. Men think ahead of time. Men think about consequences later on, which makes you take actions today that you should. Women are all up in their emotions. They make emotional, erratic decisions that can ruin a lot of good things. And it causes problems. They can reject or betray the very man they should be with until the end of time. Because that's how they felt in that moment. Not knowing what that's actually going to do. The rest of life is here. They don't see it that way. They only feel what they feel in the moment. And in their brains, that's what's right. That's what's right. But it's not right. It is not right. Wait till later on, and that's when they find out it was not right. I should have done this. I should have acted different. I shouldn't have been that way. I don't know why I was that way. There you go. There you go. But no, we can't say that. We can't say that though. Guess what? I just did. How many women wait until they get older, start to look back and realize, oh my God, I should have done this, I should have done that. I should have done this, I shouldn't have done this, but I should have done that. Da-da-da-da. Countless amounts. It's happening globally, it's happening worldwide. This isn't about anybody. This is about what's out there. This is about what's happening out there. And it's happening. I'm telling you, bro, they all think they're so funny in the moment. They all think it's nothing in the moment. They could walk away from you like you're nothing in the moment. That's actually very devaluing to men as well. They don't care. They don't care. They think they're better than you. When stuff like that happens, they don't care. Until later on, they realize your true value, how good of a man you actually are, the value you can bring. And by that time, their value has decreased significantly. By the time they want to get their stuff together, by the time they want to get their shit together, it's too late. Those same very men that got rejected, that got dumped, that got betrayed, don't want them no more. You know what they want? Different. You know what they want? Something they've never had. Something better. So, it's stuff like this, bro. I mean, we don't wish bad on anybody. We don't want that to happen, but it's happening. And it's going to continue to happen if the younger women of this generation don't wake up and smell the roses and understand that, you know, understand who you are, understand your value, understand what you're dealing with. Men have infinite potential as they continue to grow and rise. Get yourself a good man, appreciate that man. Obviously, he's going to do the same for you. Why can't you do the same for him? Why not? What is wrong? You don't do it, you pay the price. You do it, you live happily ever after with the life you're supposed to live. But you don't do it, you pay the price. I don't make these rules. I'm just reporting what is real. And this is what is real. But of course, they can't think far ahead enough to recognize this, to understand this. They can think the grass is greener on the other side when they had a good man, had no problem letting him go. Oh, F this, there's better, I can do better, I deserve better, blah, blah, blah. Until they realize that was false. Until they realize they weren't even nothing to begin with themselves. Bro, it's delusion. They can actually think there's something just magical out there that's going to do everything, but they don't understand a lot of the time they are the issue. They are the problem. They are the problem. They can't even treat a good man right. They can't even do it. And they're all entitled. All, just like that, just entitled. All in their way. All, they don't get what really goes into things. They don't get it. They just think that way. They think that way. They think that way, and it's not the way it actually is. Life catches up to them real quick, humbles them. That's when they want to get it right. That's when they want to start to act right. They should have thought different when they were younger, when they had that good guy. When you have a very good man in your life, you don't can let go of it, because they're not all over the place. Just like there's not a lot of good women all over the place, there's not a lot of good men over the place either. Some men aren't living up to what they should be. Some men are. Some men aren't. So when you get something really good, it's your type, da-di-da-di-da, you can keep it. The same thing with a man. You get yourself a woman that's your type. You appreciate her. You put in work. You do the things you're supposed to do. You make the sacrifices you're supposed to make. And just, God could only hope she does the same things. You make it work. You're together. You live happily ever after. That's the only way things are going to work today. There's people getting it right, and there's a lot of people in the world clearly getting it wrong. So, as a man, if you feel like you got the shitty end of the stick, like I felt that way in the past, and I felt the things that were happening at the time, they were making huge mistakes, and they're going to regret this, which I was right about. Who comes back? And who doesn't want them? Me. Things, what we had could have worked. Because of you, it did not. Yes, because of you, it did not. You come back realizing what the best is. Okay, I don't want you now. Because you were worse than you even were beforehand. You should have done the work then. You should have put in the work then. You should have made the sacrifices then. But no. Entitlement. They think the grass is greener on the other side. They think there's better until they can realize that was a lie. They believed their own figment of an imagination. And it was lies. These are things that are happening in the world, bro. I've been through this. A lot of you guys have been through this. We see it happening all the time. And it's just narcissism. Like it actually is, bro. It's delusion. It's narcissism. It's not reality. It's stupidity. It's literally ruining your life. These people, bro, ruin their own lives. They are their own downfall. Thinking they're so cool. Thinking they're so right. Thinking they're making the right choices. All to realize none of that was true. None of it. It was all false. So I don't recommend going through life learning the hardest possible way. It might be so hard you can't come back from it. And that's devastating to think about. We don't wish this on nobody, but unfortunately it's happening to people. And guess what? If you do stuff like that to yourself, if you make that bad of choices, you kind of do deserve everything that's coming your way. And you know why? Because you have hurt people in the process. You have done people dirty in the process. You have devalued people in the process. And guess what's coming back onto you? Devaluation. You're going to feel devalued now. You're going to feel that same energy you put out in the world because you were too entitled. You could not see straight. You were thinking all in such a delusional sense of a reality instead of really thinking in reality. That's what you've done. Congratulations. You get what's coming right back onto you. And that's how life works, guys. That is how life works. It is what it is. As men and women, we both have to make sacrifices for one another. That's what we have to do in different ways. We sacrifice for one another. That's how relationships work. That's how teamwork works. It's not about being entitled. It's about putting in work as a useful human being in ways that you must to make things work, to make your partner happy. You have to take your partner's well-being into consideration. All these things must take place. And if things are missing, it has to be fixed. If things don't get fixed, nothing's ever going to work. So, that is the end of this video. You guys understand. You guys are seeing all these modern women today making these videos. And it's funny how they can make those bad of decisions and still come back to blame men. Where's all the good men? I want good men. Da-da-da-da. You had 100 chances and you blew it because of your own narcissism and your own entitlement. It's time to wake up. That's what has to happen. And it never will until they do wake up. It never will happen until they do wake up. But unfortunately, a lot of them have to go through the absolute worst, the worst to actually wake up. That's when it's too late. But anyways, guys, that is the end of the video. I'll see you guys in the next. God willing, God bless. And we'll also see y'all at the top.